Hey friends, this is Saray from Saray Plans, and thank you again for joining me today. I am going to be setting up my wellness planner from Erin Condren. This is something that I've been using on and off, somewhat successfully, sometimes not, for the past, I don't know, probably year or so. And I am excited to recommit to my wellness goals using this wellness log, which is part of the Petite planner collection that you can find on the site. There are some different covers that have been throughout the years. I really like this one, but there might be one with a different cover. So if you don't see this specific one, it's because they do get changed from time to time. But as I mentioned, I've been using this planner on and off, and I've found that there have been things that have worked and there are things that have not worked. And I'm trying to really incorporate some of the things that have worked for me in the past and recommit some of my wellness goals moving forward. I also thought it was perfect timing because when I flipped over to the next page, I got to this page, which is your one of your setup pages. So there is about 5 weeks worth of logging and the record keeping, for lack of a better term, around a wellness journey. And then it goes into another sort of like checkup page where you are able to document your monthly progress, your wellness goals, any accomplishments, etc. So every 5 weeks or so, you'd see that setup page. So I thought that it was kind of perfect that, when I decided to, okay, I'm just going to go ahead and just sort of start it over, it flipped specifically to this page. So I think it was meant to be. I'm going to go ahead and come back to this section later. I'm going to first set up my week, how I know that I'm going to be setting it up. Some things that have worked well for me has been really tracking my nutrition as well as my activity. And I have made some stickers to go along with that just so that I can customize these for my own personal needs a little bit more. So let me go ahead and start by just walking through the activity section. So what you'll find in the pages of this planner are Monday through Sunday, which I love because I know that there might be some petite planners like the meal planner that starts Sunday through Saturday, and I do prefer that Monday start. Here you're able to track your activity for the day, the week of that you're on, and then other habits like water intake, your steps that you're taking every day, and how many hours slept. Now, I'm going to be tweaking this a little bit different to work for me. So here I've made some stickers where I'm able to track what activity I'm doing, the amount of calories spent, the time or duration of the activity, the distance. So if I'm running or walking, and then weight. So if I am lifting weights, I'm doing some sort of strength training. I like to track there so I can see the progress. So that would go here. And then on this side, I'm also adjusting this one a little bit more for my needs. So I'm still going to be tracking my water intake, but instead of just putting the total number of ounces, I have these hydration trackers that I can check off or fill in as I am consuming liquids throughout the day. Steps I will still track because I do have my smartwatch, so I'm able to track my steps. But I don't really track the number of hours slept. I try to aim for 7 to 8 hours every night. It does not happen all the time, but that's not something that I really feel that I need to track. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to track the total number of calories consumed in the day. And then over here on this side, so I've been pretty good with this page completing it so far in the past, but this page has been the one that has been the most troublesome for me because I don't really like to keep track of the meals that I've eaten because I do that using my Fitness Pal. So I do use my Fitness Pal. I actually use the premium version because I like to see my macros that I've consumed. So the macronutrients like carbs, fats, proteins, that sort of thing. But I do want to use this page in a different way. So if you have seen my journal that I've posted on Instagram in the past. I've had a different version of this, but I just tweaked it a little bit further. So this is inspired by the 21-Day Fix. This is a program that came out years ago, and it was a workout program, but it also had a nutrition component to it. And the premise of it was that you would stick to certain color containers for each type of food group. So for example, green would be vegetables, red is protein, yellow is carbs, purple is for fruits. There is also blue, which is for healthy fats. And there is an orange, which is for nuts and seeds and butters like peanut butter. But I'm not going to include all of those here. Now, this is based on a 1,500 to 1,700 calorie range, which is what my goal is or my aim is. So that's why I have 4 boxes of green, 4 boxes of red, which is the protein, and then 3 carbs, and then 3 fruits. And that's what I want to track, because I really want to be consistent with consuming mostly vegetables, not so many carbs, and increasing my protein intake, as well as eating more fruits regularly. So that's what I'm going to be putting on this page. And then on the top, it is listed as breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks, but instead I'm going to be logging veggies, proteins, carbs, and fruits. Okay, so I think that's the base of everything. So I'm going to go ahead and set that up, and then I'll show you what. Okay, so this is what the final setup would look like for the entire week. And I'll go ahead and fill in all of the information. This I do mostly as the activity planning ahead, so that I know what I'm going to be doing or what I plan on doing. And then I go back at the end of the day and then complete it with actual as a tracking log of information. The other thing that I like about this change up that I did versus what I had before, I had the fuller boxes, and I'll find a picture and I'll post it here so that you can see, is that I actually do have space to write down any other information. So for example, we're in May and we have a holiday for Memorial Day, for instance. So I know that it is a little bit different of a time, so we might not necessarily have, the going out to eat or the barbecue or the grilling outside, but I might treat myself on that day because it's, the unofficial start of summer. So I can jot that down so that I can plan for that ahead of time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and set up the rest of the 5 weeks. That way I don't have to think about it. Even if I do have a day off, I still am going to put the sticker here for the activity, because my goal it is to do something active, even if it's a light walk every day, which we really have been doing. I want to still be able to record that. So I'm going to go ahead and set up the rest of the 5 weeks. That way that is all done, and all I have to do is just log and track. All right, so before we set up the other section of the planner, I wanted to show you what the containers look like. So these our containers are very similar to the ones that actually come with the program, which I also have. Like this one came with the program that I purchased years ago, again, And these I actually got from Amazon. So you can find a very similar setup on Amazon. And I'll go ahead and link it in the description section below if that's something that you want to look at. You don't necessarily have to actually purchase the program because there are other things that you can do. And essentially, I mean, this is 1 cup, this is 3/4 cups, and this is half a cup, and I forget what the other ones are, but like the measurements, you can do it with a regular measuring cup, but I just like the visual of this and being able to track it, and just being able to stay on track. You can also find online a number of different resources that will tell you how many containers of each you should be consuming in a day to either maintain your fitness or lose weight or whatever your fitness goals may be. You can find those online too. All right, I'm going to start by filling in the top section, which is all of your information in terms of measurement and weight. This part hurts because I felt like I had made so much progress over the end of last year in October and at the beginning of this year, and then quarantine happened. But that's all right. This is my starting point and it's only improving from now. I will add a before and after picture here. I have these little frames. You know what? I'm going to put the before down here. Because I do want the after more front and center. Right. I think I want to add some decorative stickers just to add a little something extra. Oh, this is a good quote. Remember why you started. And this one's from the sticker book edition 5. So Kaleidoscope. I really like this one too. The comeback is always stronger than the setback. All right, I think that's good for now. I added this one right here. Work hard and be proud of what you achieve. So when I list the accomplishments. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add my wellness goals. I'm gonna use this little clear stars to do that. All right, so my first wellness goal is to complete the 21-day fix. I'm doing the real time. I've done it a few times, but I was doing Lift 4, and all of these guys are Beachbody programs. If you've never heard of the company, Beachbody is a program. It's a company that's dedicated to creating mainly like workout at home programs. So 21-day fix, I do love that because it's short and is, you know, attainable. And then I've done Lift 4. I've done 1.5 rounds. I kind of fell off the wagon with the second one. But my goal is to finish this one. So complete 21-day fix program, and then the other goal will be to log every day. I think doing this will allow me to be more mindful of my goals and making sure that I'm staying on track. Even if it's not a perfect day, then I'm still logging in my journal. I may add more things here, but for now, my goal progress will be just to complete each week of the 21-day fix program, which is a 3-week program. All right, and I think I'm just gonna leave it like that for now. I'll write here my accomplishments, so I'll do, as I go along, I'll add whatever I accomplish here. And then plans for next month, I'll probably think about that when I'm ready to set up for the following month. I'm probably gonna wanna do another workout program, like maybe Lift 4 again, or I think it's called a morning meltdown. So I'll probably try to do something like that. But I think that's it in terms of my overall setup. I'll add additional things here and there, but for the most part, this is the structure. Let me know if you have any comments or questions in the comment section below. Don't forget to check out the description box for any links of any other things that I've used here for this setup. And I hope that you enjoy the video. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, I'll see you next time.